Hey guys, my name is Sid. Welcome to another tech review, and today I want to talk to you guys about the iPhone XR. So I'm coming from the iPhone 10 and now trying out the iPhone XR, so I thought I'd give you my impressions and why I think this is probably one of the best iPhones you can buy right now. So when Apple came out with the iPhone XR last year, they kind of positioned this as the budget iPhone. So this starts at about $750, which is not bad for a modern iPhone with Face ID and all the bells and whistles of the iPhone 10. And there are a couple of places where they've compromised on this phone. The first being the bezels. If you look closely, you can see the bezel size on this phone is not as thin as it is on the iPhone 10. The second place where they compromised is the screen. So this is not an OLED screen. And I think that's one of the reasons why the bezel is so big. They can't make the LED on the screen quite as small as the OLED. It's also got a slightly lower resolution than the iPhone 10. And it's about on par with the 1080p that we get on the iPhone 8 Plus. It's a slight downgrade in terms of resolution, but not a big deal. Actually, when I keep both phones next to each other, I can't really tell much of a difference. And the third place where they compromised is the camera. So instead of having the dual cameras, the telephoto and the regular camera, we just get one camera on this phone. But I think those are really smart compromises for this price point. There are a few things in which they did not compromise on this phone. They have the same Face ID system that's on the iPhone XS or the XS Max. It's also got the same A12 processor. So this processor is amazing. The one in my iPhone 10 still works amazing, the A11, but this one has the A12 and all the extra processing that you get with that. It's also got the same exact camera that's on the iPhone XS. It's also got an amazing battery life and a slightly bigger screen than the iPhone 10. So this is 6.1 inches versus the 5.8 inch screen on the iPhone 10 or the iPhone XS. So that's pretty good. They didn't really compromise on any of the technical specifications other than the screen being OLED and not having the same black levels. But you get the same processor, pretty much the same camera and Face ID. So it's a pretty impressive package. Now, some of those compromises have actually helped this phone out in other ways. So because of the lower resolution on the screen, the processor actually has to work less hard to produce the same kind of results. So you get better performance on this than you get on the iPhone XS Max or on the iPhone XS. So that's a really cool thing. In real life, you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference, but yes, you do get slightly better performance because of the lower resolution. Another way that it helps is in terms of battery life. Now, this is the highest rated iPhone ever made by Apple, which is amazing. So if battery life is super important to you, this is the phone to buy. iPhone XS Max is definitely bigger at 6.5 inches, but when you hold this next to the iPhone 10, you can see more on the screen. YouTube videos look better. Looking at pictures looks better on this. It's more similar to the iPhone 8 Plus or the iPhone 7 Plus experience on this thing than it is on the iPhone 10. Now, when it comes to the camera, this thing is phenomenal. Not only does it have the same camera on the XS, but pictures on this look significantly better than my iPhone 10. I'll show you some comparison shots between this and the iPhone 10 right now. You'll see that the dynamic range on the iPhone XR is much better. It does do better in low light as well. The HDR features on the A12 actually bring out more color and more detail in the shadows. And the same thing works in video as well. So I'll do a quick little vlog right here comparing my iPhone 10 and the iPhone XR. Alright, this is a video test on the iPhone 10 at 1080p, and this is what it looks like, this is what it sounds like. And this is a test of the iPhone XR in 1080p. This is what it looks like, this is what it sounds like. I can tell immediately I'm looking better on this camera than I did on the iPhone 10. So I'm very happy with the video quality on this phone. Now, another cool thing that you get on the iPhone XR that even the iPhone XS Max doesn't have is the portrait mode with the wide angle camera. I think that's an awesome feature to have. There's lots of times where you don't have the space to go back and take that portrait shot. So this does it the same way that the Google Pixel does it. It's all done by machine learning on the phone. So you get some pretty good results and I'm pretty happy with it. And I actually prefer the wide angle portrait mode versus the really zoomed in portrait mode that you get on the iPhone XS Max. I think that this is probably the best buy right now if you want to buy an iPhone. The reason being that you get pretty much the same performance you get on the more flagship models. You also get better battery life on this. You're not compromising on the camera. The screen, yes, you can tell that there is a difference between the OLED and the LCD, but that's only if you have them next to each other. Right now, when I'm looking at the screen, I can't really tell whether this is OLED or not. So if you guys are looking to buy an iPhone, I would highly recommend getting the iPhone XR. It's an amazing phone. That's it for this video, guys. If you like this video, hit that like button, leave me a comment, subscribe to watch more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. By the way, what do you guys think of the new look? Should I keep the beard? Bye.